Welcome everyone to St Coleman's here in Derrykeehan. It's the day after Christmas Day, which has a special name. I think Emma might demonstrate what that name is. Yes, Boxing Day. Show everybody that great. It's great for keeping parents away. Great device. However, it's not actually Boxing Day, it's actually St Stephen's Day. In the church calendar, and the feast of Stephen, and that gets forgotten about. Stephen was a young man who decided that having heard the story of Jesus and having heard of Jesus' life, his death and his resurrection and his ascension, Stephen decided Jesus' life was more important than his own, and he gave his own life for Jesus' sake, the first martyr of the church. And there's a lovely collect in the Book of Common Prayer. Gracious Father, who gave the first martyr Stephen grace to pray for those who stoned him, grant that in all our sufferings for the truth we may learn to love even our enemies and to seek forgiveness for those who desire our hurt, looking up to him who was crucified for us, Jesus Christ, our mediator and advocate, who is alive and reigns with you in the Holy Spirit, one God, now and forever. Amen. Well, maybe it'll do us good to hear the life story of Jesus in a new way, because of course we all think we know it because it's so historic, but maybe it's good to hear it in new words. So I'm going to bring you Bob Hartman's Rhyming Bible, and this is the Christmas story as put in verse by this very talented author. A woman called Mary was doing her chores when an angel arrived, but not through the doors. He simply appeared and she dropped to the floor. "Hello, Mary," he said. "God is with you." "God is with me," she wondered, "but what does that mean? What's this all about? Is it some kind of dream?" The angel just smiled. "Don't be scared. Please don't scream. God is happy with you and will bless you. God knocks down the proud and lifts up the meek and does mighty things for those who are weak and blesses the one whose service he seeks. So sing out his praise. He's amazing. You'll soon have a baby," the angel went on, "a quite special baby called Jesus, God's Son. There of King David he'll sit on his throne, and his kingdom will last forever." "But how?" Mary asked. "I don't understand. I'm engaged to be wed, but he's not yet my man." "Trust God," said the angel. "He's got it all planned. His Spirit will come upon you. God knocks down the proud and lifts up the meek and does mighty things for those who are weak and blesses the one whose service he seeks. So sing out his praise. He's amazing. God's only Son is the child you will bear. Your cousin would swear that she can't have a baby. The proof is right there. She's expecting a son. Go and see her. There's nothing that God cannot do, don't you see? Well then, Mary nodded. Please do that for me. This impossible thing. His servant I'll be. Then the angel waved by and he left her. God knocks down the proud and lifts up the meek and does mighty things for those who are weak and blesses the one whose service he seeks. So sing out his praise. He is amazing. Joseph, don't worry. Joseph, don't weep. Lay down your head and go back to sleep. Mary's been faithful, her love strong and deep, and her baby is God's own Son. All night Joseph tossed. All night Joseph turned. He just couldn't sleep. He'd only just learned that Mary was pregnant. What's more, she'd confirmed that the baby she bore was not his. She told him this tale, an angelic visit. A son to be born by God's Holy Spirit. The more she went on, the less he believed it. He wanted to break their engagement. Joseph, don't worry. Joseph, don't weep. Lay down your head and go back to sleep. Mary's been faithful, her love strong and deep, and her baby is God's own Son. But just as sleep came, an angel appeared. Don't worry, he said, there's nothing to fear. I know that you're troubled, so you need to hear that Mary is telling the truth. The baby she bears is God's Holy Son. Call his name Jesus, for he is the one God promised to send to save everyone. Emmanuel, God is with us. He's the answer to all that the prophets have said. So keep your engagement. Be glad and be wed. And when Joseph woke up, that's just what he did. He took Mary to be his wife. Shepherds lying on a hill. The night was silent, all was still. They watched their flock of grazing sheep and tried hard not to fall asleep. When bright and white an angel came to light the night a fiery flame, the shepherds trembled where they lay. The angel said, "Don't be afraid. Sing praise to God and give him glory. Celebrate his wondrous story of love and joy and peace to men, for it begins in Bethlehem. The news is good, the news I bring. Good news to make you leap and sing. Good news for people everywhere. good news of joy for all to share. Good news, for God has kept his word and sent a Saviour, Christ the Lord, the one he promised he would send, is born this day in Bethlehem. Sing praise to God and give him glory, celebrate his wondrous story of love and peace to men, for it begins in Bethlehem. And this will be a sign to you. This is how you'll know it's true. You'll find a baby wrapped in cloth, sleeping in a cattle trough. The angel then was joined by more, 6 and 12 and 24, and then too many more to number, heaven choir, loud as thunder. So the angels left that place, just like they'd come without a trace, except for all they'd sang and said, which echoed in the shepherd's head. Let's go to Bethlehem and see. The shepherds all as one agreed. They found the baby where he lay, asleep upon a bed of hay. Sing praise to God and give him glory. Celebrate his wondrous story of love and joy and peace to men, for it begins in Bethlehem. They told them what the angel said. Then Mary smiled and raised her head. A secret hid there in her eyes, for she was not one bit surprised. So back they went, to sheep and hill, no longer silent, hardly still, but singing loud like angels bright of all that they had seen that night. Sing praise to God and give him glory. Celebrate his wondrous story of love and joy and peace to men, for it begins in Bethlehem. And maybe we'll let Bob Hartman tell the story of the wise men when it comes nearer the Epiphany. So, tomorrow is the St. John the Evangelist Day, so we'll see you back here for that. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.